Hey, Damon Conklin here with another bite-sized Procreate nugget. Today, I'm going to keep it pretty quick and simple, and we're going to go into the Canvas tool in Procreate, up here in the left-hand corner, Canvas. Let's see here. We'll start with Drawing Guide, because that's the one I use the most. So you can set it up so it's a simple grid like this here. You can go in and you can edit the guide. Here you can change the thickness of the lines that make up your grid, depending on how well you want to see it. The opacity of them to make them really super light if you want that, or darker if you want that. The grid size is the one I use the most because that comes in handy, especially if you're drawing lettering or anything that requires some consistency. It's good for design, sometimes in bigger boxes, so you can see clearly how things relate to each other. Anyway, so what I use probably even more often than that, though, is whenever I have to draw anything that looks the same on one side as it does on the other. Not a face, by the way, although depending on what you're doing, that may be handy and definitely a time saver. But for symmetry, of course, I always default on the skull. So let's see here. With this, let me see if I've got that turned on. Okay, so I do have it turned on that way. So we'll use a big bold line and keep it super simple. Another thing you can do while we're being all symmetrical about it is there's this little trick where you can take a line and then hold it, and then it radically sometimes changes the line. Where that comes in really handy is when you're making a circle. Boom. You can go up here and edit the shape, and you can choose whether it's an ellipse or a circle. Boom, it's a circle. Boom, it's an ellipse. You can stretch it out, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. You can do whatever you want with it. There you go. Anyway, backing up from that and going through all those little dumb things I did. There we go. Boop-a-doo. Another thing you can do is you can make shapes. Edit shape, and you can decide whether it is a quadrilateral, a rectangle, or a polyline. Rectangle makes it nice and squared off, 90-degree angles. Polyline is a little more, see, now it's not even a shape anymore, it's just a line. You can do weird stuff with it. Whatever. This can be fun to play with and occasionally really useful depending on what kind of art you do. Also, you can, it looks like I went right past, there we go. Got my symmetry back. And let's see here. You can do sometimes more complex shapes, like this. And boom, Bob's your uncle. You got a nice, legitimate star. You can edit the shape. It is already a polyline, so you got no control over that. And you can just straighten it out a little bit. And you can exaggerate it if you want to and make some weird logo out of it. That is not what I want to do. Notice, because I have in here assisted turned on, that is what makes the lines do the same thing on one side as the other. When I have assisted turned off, it does not. Back on, drawing assist is on. Booyah. There we go. Fun, fun, fun. Let's see here. Let's try something weird. Could do a color drop. Boom. And I'll just, for my own amusement, I will erase out a little bit. And there we go. We got some weird eye thingies. Didn't like that at all. There we go. We can go in here now and we can go into crop and resize in that same canvas tool we were talking about earlier. We can change the size of the canvas because it looks like it's getting a little small for us. Keeping an eye on, it tells you how many layers are available every time you change that up right up there. The bigger you make it, the fewer layers you have available. We don't have infinite memory in here, although it's a lot better than the older versions of the iPad. So here we go, poof. Now we're back on here. We'll give him a little nose, little wibbly wobbly teethy weethy thingies there. And boom, now you have a super weird, wonky Bart Simpson Satan skull. Boof. More of this drawing guide is you can go into edit drawing guide, and there is isometric, which conforms your line to some of these lines here. It keeps it at these kind of angles. Probably really great for making sacred geometry. I don't do a lot of that. So yeah. Edit again, perspective. And I'm not even really sure what that does. Oh, this, by the way, changes the color of your grid up there. Let's see what perspective does. I don't know that perspective does anything. I don't get it. Oh, someone else can go over that, or I'll come back to that in another video. Anyway, edit drawing guide, symmetry. What I wanted to get into is these options. So you can do vertical, which we've been doing, horizontal, which would just make it repeat on this, up and down, quadrant, which is kind of cool, or radial. Radial is what I might do. Like that. If I wanted to make mandalas, I could do limited, has limited mandala capability in this tool. And let's see here. Symmetry options, quadrant, rotational symmetry. There we go. Let's turn that on. And it just follows it around like that. Just like that there. Boop, boop, boop. And then just for fun, I'm gonna duplicate the layer. Drop a different color in here. Boop, boop. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a couple of tips, not a particularly cool piece of artwork, and booyah. Also, if you have any interest in this kind of thing, I do have a stamp brush set available on Tattoo Smart. Feel free to give that a check out. If you like any of this content, this is my YouTube channel. Feel free to click the like and subscribe button. And if you don't like it, by all means, do not click on that.